Hey folks, welcome back to this post-mortem Let's Play of Stellaris. I'm Peri.
And I'm Keb.
And we are here to wrap up, the Atuo versus the United Federation of Planet, partially because, well, we're still using the 1.5 rules and we're already moving on to 1.7.
Then we've pretty much been through most of the big endgame things at this point, and yeah,
well, originally we talked about finishing up the ascension perks, but again, that can be done at any time. We've learned a lot since we started playing this, and the rules again have changed quite a bit since we started playing this. So it's germaneness to how the game is now is not as relevant. And yeah, at this point we're in the mopping up stage, so it's
pretty much. I'm definitely trying to learn how to play Hivemind is kind of interesting. I'm very glad of how how it simplifies so many mechanics, but that swings both ways. So yeah, influence is really tough to get as a Hivemind. But then again, you don't need it nearly as much. So
it's still nice.
Yeah, it is, especially once you start getting into the habitat part, because then you really need a lot of it.
Oh yeah. But oh my goodness, I wish I had wish we had the current system where you could, with this game, where you can spend 100 influence to siphon stuff out of your provinces.
Oh.
Or well, one of my sectors here has 20,000 energy and 27,000 minerals. I wouldn't mind.
27,000 minerals.
Yes.
What does the AI want to build? Does it have anything?
It only has one. It's only got one building it's building right now. It's
goodness.
It's an incredibly wealthy sector.
How do you split up your sectors, by the way? Just a few of them, or many small ones, or?
This game I've used 3 large ones. I've got one that's along the outer arm, so it goes basically from your border all the way down to above the Miravandian hierarchy. So that whole outer arm is just that sector. Then I've got an inner sector, which kind of goes along the borders of my 2 southern neighbors, then comes up to the core, and then it's the border along with you.
Okay.
And then my core section is just the planets I directly run, and then that new group that I got down there by Kormath and Hantaka. That's my 3rd sector, and it's the one that's currently absolutely completely awash in resources. It's actually I'm not even sure how, because there's nothing really spectacular down there resource-wise, but.
So let's see.
I'm not going to come.
You were building a ring world somewhere.
Yes.
Where? I want to see it.
Bazanak. It's if you go to my capital system, it's the system one spot north.
I see it.
It's almost finished, actually.
That's kind of cool. That's what I wanted to get to that point in this game, but yeah. Well, it would have taken a lot of time, given what I picked for the ascension perks.
Mm-hmm.
Taking all the Galactic Contender, I think it was paid off, but kind of irks me.
Well, you made mincemeat of of some of your neighbors.
Yeah, the Fallen Empire kind of scared me. That's why I picked it. And I think it was a good trade-off. I mean, it led to a victory, so I can't really complain, but still.
Well, your hiring of military advisors also helped quite a bit.
Fair enough. It has been an interesting game, this. And learning the new mechanics and stuff. Of course, I have not had anything to do with the factions, other than a few botched events, which kind of surprises me. There are a few events that aren't removed, even if you are a Hivemind, that are tied to factions.
But again, this is also the patch where Hivemind was introduced, so it's
true enough.
There's several revisions since then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of the things you will see if you've watched through this too are no longer representative completely of what's in the game, which is another reason for us to wrap this up and move on.
Yeah, that's how Paradox games work. They constantly evolve until they fall out of a life cycle. Even I mean, they even upgraded Victoria 2 around Christmas this year, I think.
Oh, I missed that.
It was, as far as I know, it was just a beta patch they had out in beta for a year or so, with bug fixes.
And that's part of the fun of playing a Paradox game is that you go into the game, you invest hundreds of hours learning how it works, and then you make a lot of progress, and then they patch it, so you have to relearn the whole thing again. It's like you're constantly getting a brand new game without having to spend the money.
Well, DLCs.
Until then the DLCs come out and you have to spend the money. God, I did think I did the math of like Crusader Kings 2 and EU4, and it's like, I could have made the down payment on a rather nice car between those two games.
There is a big discussion about that actually on the forums these days. How actually it surfaces every so often how they can fix their DLC model. Because if you just started playing the game and if you want to buy all the DLCs, that's going to be quite expensive.
Well, and that's the problem. If you follow the games from the beginning, the DLC model is perfectly fine. It's just 15 here, 12 here, 15 over. But if you're just coming into the game, it's just such a hurdle, and they should be doing like bundled packs where it's like here's the first 2 years of CK2's DLC for like $50 or $60.
I mean, they do these drives, and they lessen the cost, of course, but still.
Yeah, but they should bundle it or season pass it or something like that, and it's like.
I honestly think that you should just go with the planned obsolescence, so that as you say, merge the packs with the base game, and that would also allow them to finally just remove certain features they've introduced that they're unhappy with.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why they can't fix certain. The estates, for example, they can't fix it because if they do, they feel like they rob people that bought that DLC. That sort of thing. That's at least what the argument I think they had on the Paradox Con.
Oh, the estates from the EU4?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
things like that.
They don't add anything, which is a shame. It's a shame because it's an interesting concept, but it should actually be more passive, where the estates themselves shift the control of various provinces, and then you have to react to it. As opposed to, all right, you guys are angry, here, have a province. All right, you guys are... All right, okay, fine, you have the province. It's like, but you just make up your mind, who wants this province? But they'll figure it out by the time of EU5.
So at any rate, what else should we say about this game?
Well, it's over. That's probably an important part, but again, as this is the extra for the series, I have a feeling everyone understands that. The one thing I couldn't understand is I went ahead and got as a protectorate this one small species and then annexed them based off the system of Gozum. So I can't build anything on the planets, but somehow the AI was able to terraform them, or terraform the planets, or is terraforming the planets, and it's like, but I can't do any construction in the system.
I suppose you can't construct there because it's terraforming.
Well, because the system, the region is split between us and the Southern Empire, because they had this territory originally before it broke away, and I grabbed it.
Oh, okay, so it's one of those cross lines areas.
Yeah. So they are able to. I can actually. That's interesting. I can't build. Where'd my construction ship go? I can't build either the mining or research stations because of not having possession of the system, basically. But I can build frontier outposts. So this is obviously not working as designed.
And if you build the frontier outpost, you'll push the border back because that will definitely be yours. So.
Or the game will explode, crash, uninstall.
Yeah, possibly. Come to think, just looking at the victory condition screen. Domination victory. I assume that habitats and ring words do not count towards the planet count.
I don't think so, no.
Oh. Did you ever have time to go full robot, by the way?
Full robot? I believe it. I think so.
Did you?
No, I'm still one step shy of that.
Yeah. Boo.
What is that?
Yeah, I just wanted to see how it went.
We're still cybernetics.
At any rate. Well, I don't really have much left to say about this game. It was fun. And now I want to try new games so I can see what all the faction mechanics are like. And go completely nuts with all the pop-ups.
Well, you do that already.
Yeah. That's why I enjoyed playing Hiveminds. So much less micromanagement on that regard.
I imagine just random evenings around 3 in the morning, you jolt upright in bed, screaming pop-ups, and then roll back over and go back to sleep.
Not impossible.
No, and I actually am quite relieved I'll never know the truth. So, alrighty, folks. I think we're obviously getting into the silly stage. So, we'll wrap this up here. So we'll see you in the next Stellaris multiplayer Let's Play.
I hope you enjoyed this one. But as you probably noticed by watching our playthroughs, we tend not to go head-to-head in our multiplayer games. We just split the galaxy between us most of the time.
Yeah, and as for, well, someday we'll explain why, but let's just say some lingering bad taste from years ago in EU2.
Possibly. Then right, yeah, that's gonna be it, I guess. We'll see what we can come up with in the next campaign.
Alrighty. See you then, folks.
Thanks for watching.